Hello friends, welcome to another King God Castle video. Today I will be introducing my first version of the tier list for King God Castle. If you're not interested in my ramblings, here it is. You can see it. I have nothing to hide. Just move on. You can also go and watch or talk about the tier list on my Discord server. It will be there. There is a discussion forum to talk about it. Share your opinion. Listen to other people's opinions. Lots of people talking there. So go have a look. Now, let's start talking about this tier list. We'll start all the way at the bottom. You see a letter U in gray. You know, you don't see that every day on a tier list anyway. It's because these are undefined. I have not really tested these heroes yet. I'm pretty sure they're not S or S plus even. So they're all more lower tier, or they're more like niche kind of heroes where you can use them on certain chapters or maybe in a certain PvP tactic, but that's more or less everything there is to say. We're talking about Zuo Yun Chung A, if I pronounce that correctly. We have Daniel, we have Draco and Lily. I think Lily is half a decent tank. She looks nice anyway with the little bear or whatever it is, but I haven't tested them yet, so that's the bottom tier, let's say. More info about those later. Okay, so the B tier. Before we get into that, the real tier list, let me just say that this is my personal opinion, and if you don't agree with it, it's fine. You can give me your comments in the comments down below, of course, but also on Discord, come and talk to us. But, you know, a lot of these heroes are situational. They can be really good in certain chapters. Some of them do a great amount of damage, but if you put them like in a general view, they aren't that great, or they're too limited compared to other heroes. So that's my opinion. But let's start with the B tier. So we've got Mara, yeah, pretty good sometimes, very occasional, situational I should say. Same goes for Rayhawk, really not that great of damage. His backline attack, you know, it does something for certain chapters, but, you know, I really don't like it that much. It doesn't help in that aspect. As a backline attacker, Laika is better, and, you know, he can be used for those backline attacks. We can put him in the A tier maybe even, but, you know, personally, I think he's good there. He could move up a tier, but Laika is probably the best of those in the B tier. And the other ones, you know, we have there Shelda as a tank. There is like a crazy build you can do with Shelda that it's that she becomes immortal. But, you know, in general, as a tank, I think it's the least of the tanks. Maybe battling for that bottom spot with Lily, but I haven't tried Lily yet, so let's just move on to the A tier and start moving into the interesting heroes. So here, let's start with the first one in the A tier list, Alberon. He is the best healer in the game, maybe the only healer. You could put him in S tier combined with Bartery or whatever how you pronounce it. He can be insanely good, but, you know, it's all he does. It's the healing. So for me, he goes into the A tier because I find a lot of other team compositions better where I'm always moving out Alberon. But for certain chapters, again, he can be very, very useful. Then we have Bombi. Bombi, really good DPS. He's in the A tier. He could move to the S tier in certain occasions. Again, situational heroes. Some of these heroes can be so darn good in certain situations, but in a general team, I try to make a general tier list for everybody, especially for new players, that you kind of have a general idea. Like, if I use these in my team, if I experiment with these heroes, that's gonna work for me. So, Bombi, There is like this crazy tactic in PvP where you can use Bombis with crazy attack speed and you can do a lot of damage. So there's some great fun with them. Also on the chapters in the PvE you can do fun stuff. Kinda same thing for Hansi. Great single target DPS. He can attack very fast, can create a great amount of damage. Also situational for certain chapters. I wouldn't want to use anything else but Hansi, but you know, there is better options in my opinion. Then we get to, how do we pronounce it? Lunier. I'll try it like that. She's actually a great support if you combine her with Mel, for example. Her bonuses she gives to Mel, you know, you can make Mel into a beast, but other than that, I find her lacking. I haven't tried anything special with her yet, so I might be wrong here. But other than, you know, combining her with a hero like Mel, I think, yeah, not really worth it. Then we have Ren. Ren is like a new hero, at least for me. I've had some great games with Ren, so I think he's pretty good. I think he's in his place in A tier. Need to do some more testing around, but yeah, Ren, pretty good hero, pretty nice damage and kind of fun to play. And last but not least, we have Rosette. Rosette is like a tank slash damage dealer. I'm not too sure, like a bruiser in some games. Can do a lot of damage, can be very tanky. Kinda depends on how you're going to use him, or I should say her probably. But yeah, in certain chapters I use her a lot and she comes in really handy. So that's it for the A tier, and let's move on to our two top tiers. S tier, we're getting up there with the juicy heroes. First hero on the list, Aramis, probably the biggest single target damage dealer in the game. Can be used in many tactics. There is like this tactic called Aramis Gang, where you huddle up with multiple Aramises with only a frontline tank to protect them, but by the time they get past the tank you have done so much damage that you have wiped out the entire enemy team. This tactic is usually used in PvP, but many chapters you can use it as well. It's pretty OP. Then our second hero in the list, it's like an Eskimo, I think it's a she, so Asia Q. AoE stun, can do great amounts of damage. It can fit in many teams, like very versatile, crowd control, you know, very good hero. If you get her, you'll be happy. Build her out, she's definitely worth it. Then we have Behemoths Tanker, very close to the S plus tank, Leonhard actually. They're close together, but I would use Behemoths in PvE content, and Leonhard is just, yeah, he's the PvP tank, the star. So yeah, he's also good in PvE, so they're really close together, but Leonhard is just a tad better. Then we have Evan. I hear there's an update. I haven't gotten the update yet, and Evan has gotten a boost. So Evan is pretty good, but I already think it's pretty good. So I like to equip him with some magic items, and his AoE, like projectile, his laser thingy, I call it, he shoots out, can do insane amounts of AoE damage. So pretty good. Then we have Zupitere, a very decent magic damage dealer. There's some nice tactics where you can use her as a hyper carry, so definitely worth using. So yeah, all very good heroes. There's debatably some should be an S plus or not, but this is my opinion. And without further ado, let's move on to S plus. So we're starting here with Bartery. He's like a bard, of course. He can take the cooldown off your heroes that are in range. of their skills. So he can basically make Alberon a machine gun healer, he can make Evan shoot his laser beam very fast, and all other kinds of good stuff. So he is like the MVP support of this game, in my opinion. You can put him in any team and he will be an all-star. There is other uses for him as well, so he is pretty darn good. Then we just talked about Leonhard when we compared him with Behemoths. So yeah, I just rate Leonhard a bit higher, but they're close together. They both have their use, but definitely Leonhard deserves a spot in S+. And then S, it should be like S+++, like Mel. Mel is insane. She has insane amounts of AoE damage, super strong. It's the most OP character in the game for PvE, that is, but really nice. She fits in any team in the PvE content of this game. Fun to play, and you know, if she has one downside, it's probably that she has melee, but her strength with range, that would be like pretty sick. So if you get Mel, man, it's gonna change your game PvE wise really good. Then we have Priya, or Priya, I don't know. She is like the classical mage, the typical mage of this game. Pretty darn good as well. It's a starter hero, it does great damage, it has a great stun CC, it has everything. So for a starter character with those stats, you can build her out really strong. It's amazing, so definitely S+ for me. And then last, if not least, maybe the best character in the game, for some at least. I think he is up there. It's Yeon. Yeon is insane. It's not the best damage dealer, it's not the best support, it's not the best healer, but for some reason all the things he does combined makes him like he fits in every team. He's like an off healer with great damage. It's hard to kill him with his skill. The Title Master he is called. So definitely if you have him, you'll be very happy. He goes in any team. And this is basically my idea of the tier list for King God Castle at this minute, how the game is played right now. So I hope this helps for you. At least it's my opinion. If you have any questions, put them in the comment down below or join us on Discord and we'll have a chat about it. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon on the battlefield.